Hey, how's it going, everybody? I wanted to do a live, not really live, but right as it became available, breakdown of whether the Path of Valor Pass is worthwhile. So I did a video like this before for the last one, and I'm very curious to see if they've changed it. So this deal price is still the same, so $10. You get 300 gems and one epic hero token, which is essentially the equivalent of 600 gems. So the one caveat that I mentioned last time that I'll mention again is that epic hero token has less flexibility than gems because you can't use it anywhere on anything, but most people are looking to spend gems on heroes anyways, so that's why I'm just equating these things by saying they're both equivalent to 300 gems. It's not totally true, but if you bear that in mind, that will help you understand my thought process. So far the Valor Challenges have remained similar. They removed the challenge event thing, which is interesting. I think people might have been upset that you had to win all 3 tiers of both challenges if you were able to complete it or not. So now it's based on experience, which is interesting. Let me let my dog in the room. Okay, so but what we want to look at is the rewards. So it's still a 50-day period, but as we move down this list, next thing you get is a troop token. So you're getting the equivalent of 600 gems just for your purchase. I guess the one other thing I want to mention first is that when you buy gems, they are approximately 1 cent per gem is kind of the standard rate that you'll see. You can get them for a slightly worse deal than that if you buy small quantities of gems from the gem store, not an offer or something like that, but typically 1 cent per gem is kind of the conversion rate. And then the cheapest that I recall seeing is a 0.5 cent per gem, which is the Flash Atlantis offers, where it's 400 gems for $2. But the thing is, you can only buy like 3 of those maybe, so you're severely limited in the quantity you can purchase there. But those are kind of the rough conversion rates that I'm thinking of when I go over this. So we're getting 600 gems right off the bat. This is also one more thing with the assumption that you will complete the whole thing, so that's something to bear in mind. The next thing is we're getting an epic troop token, which is 200 gems. 150 after that. We're going to add all this up at the end, and then we are going to calculate how much this would cost approximately if you were to purchase the gems this way and see if the value feels worthwhile. Granted, there's a lot of stuff you're getting besides gems. So the last time I did this calculation, it was worth it just for the gems that you were getting. But when you add in all the other stuff and the emblems and everything, it was totally worth it. So I just wanted to do this again with the new one live, since this is the only second time that they've done this, and I think there's going to be some changes since that was sort of a trial run. Okay, so we get the 150 gems. Next thing is another epic hero token, which is 300 flasks, a whole bunch of other good stuff. All right, Atlantis coins, those are 350 gems for 100 coins because that is what the cost of one pull in the Atlantis portal. Ooh, cleric emblems this time. There's always one emblem type unless they change that. Okay, next thing is 10 challenge coins, which is another 300 gems. And then just straight up 400 gems. And we have red trainers this time. That'll be good timing while I level up a tier. Okay, 200 Atlantis coins, which is 700 gems. Then we get our first ascension material tier, which I think that was the same as last time, or was it a hidden blade and a warm cape last time? I think that might have changed. All right, and then 20 challenge coins, which is 600 gems. Okay. Oh, weird. Okay, they made the ascension materials more attainable than last time. They were at the level 51 before, so that's Clarissa, the May Hero of the Month, and Melosi, the current Hero of the Month. Okay, that's a nice change that I think a lot of people will be happy with. And I think it makes sense, honestly. The avatars are less important, but the people that completed the whole thing can feel good about that being more of an exclusive thing. And then you can get just the more usable items here. It's interesting that rings have made an appearance twice. For some reason, I feel like rings seem like they're one of the more abundant 4-star ascension materials. So I'm just going to double check this to make sure I didn't miss anything. So we've got the 600 that you get right off the bat. We got 200, 150, 300 for the epic hero token. Linus pulls 350. I feel like this is a little lighter than last time, but it might be the exact same. All right, then we got 10 challenge coins. We got 400 gems. And then 700 gems for the 2 Atlantis pulls. And like I said, obviously a lot more of this stuff has significant value. I just want to look at just the things that we can put a numerical value to, and then you can add in the rest as a bonus. All right, and then 600 for the 20 challenge coins. And that is it. Okay, so if we add this up, we're looking at normally I use the calculator on my phone, but since I'm recording my screen, I'm not going to do that. 700 plus 600. Then I'll double check myself, but so far that comes out to 3,600 gems, which is what I think I recall that from last time. So let me just do this one more time so I can be sure. It's a little late for me here, so I want to make sure I'm not making a stupid mistake. Yep. So that comes out to 3,600. So that would cost you, at the cheapest rate that I've seen gems in the game, that would cost you $18. And then at the most expensive rate, that would cost you $36 to maybe $42, something like that, depending on how bad of a deal you tried to find. So the other thing to consider is that, as I mentioned before, these are not all gems. I'm converting them into their gem value, but some of these things will be restricted. So you couldn't use all of these to pull from Valhalla, for example. And that's interesting that they didn't use Valhalla coins, they used Atlantis coins. So you'll have to make those pulls in those respective gates, but I feel like all of these gates have desirable heroes of some kind, so that is not a disadvantage, in my opinion. But say you felt it was, well, this would be $18 at the cheapest, even if you could buy it in that great of a quantity, which you can't. And if you remove the flexibility, say you wanted to cut that in half, that's still $9 that you'd be expecting to spend in this hypothetical situation. I feel like the 18 is a more realistic thing, but just to play devil's advocate here, say that should be at the absolute cheapest $9. Well, you're still getting all this other stuff in here too. The emblems alone are probably worth $10 to $15 at the rate that they sell them at. So once again, this is an incredible deal, and even better, incredible value, I should say, and even better than last time, because the 4-star ascension materials are actually more available this time. So let's see, that's 43,820. So they're about 3,000 points more accessible, close to that. So if you do all the dailies and you only miss one of these smaller ones, I don't know how this is going to come out this time with them having the experience category instead of the challenge event thing, but I feel like they included that as a positive change because of negative feedback they receive. So once again, my opinion, this is the best value for gems and materials in the entire game. Granted, when you make a purchase for gems, there's no strings attached. This one has strings attached, which is you have to complete all the challenges and you have to log in daily and do things like that. So that's something to bear in mind. For me and the amount that I play, that's not a problem. I think I missed 3 dailies before and completed everything else. So even before it was over, I had already finished. So for me, that's not an issue, but that's something you might want to factor in depending on how much you play and how often you log into the game, because you really want to get all of the available things for it to be worthwhile. But you can see even if you stop short, you're still getting all the gems. So you're still getting the dollar value, but you're not getting all your money's worth, in my opinion. So that's something to weigh in on. As you think about this, I will definitely be purchasing this again because there's no better value in the game than this. So yeah, I'm excited for the next one to start. Wanted to get this video out early. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. That can help this video be more visible and can help more people thoughtfully consider this decision. I doubt many people would break it down with the math like this, so I think this can be helpful. And also just supports the channel, supports me. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and fire them off in the comments down below. I do still respond to everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.